If you thought Cardi B's war with Kendrick Lamar was wild, buckle up, because the storm just got bigger, a lot bigger. Cardi has doubled down, claiming she's not stopping with Kendrick. Nope, now. She's calling out Drake, J. Cole, and Travis Scott, saying she's got files that will blow the entire rap industry apart. Imagine it. 3 of hip-hop's biggest names, the certified lover boy, quiet poet, and the raging superstar, all dragged into Cardi's truth crusade. The internet, already melting down. Fans are screaming that Cardi has gone too far, while others are begging her to spill everything. The question isn't just what's in the files, it's how much of the industry is about to crumble once they're exposed. This isn't beef anymore. This is war, and Cardi B is daring every major rapper to stand in her way. The storm that began with Cardi B versus Kendrick Lamar has now spiraled into a full-blown hurricane threatening the entire rap industry. Just when fans thought things couldn't possibly get any crazier, Cardi upped the ante with a shocking new claim. Kendrick isn't the only rapper hiding behind the industry's protective curtain. According to her, Drake, J. Cole, and Travis Scott are all involved, and she says she has the files to prove it. The internet didn't just react, it exploded. Twitter feeds turned into battlegrounds. Instagram lives surged with gossip. TikTok edits flooded For You pages with Cardi's soundbites layered over dramatic captions like, "One by one, the truth comes out," fans who had rallied behind Cardi during her war with Kendrick were now salivating for what she had on 3 of the most powerful names in hip-hop. It all began when Cardi hopped on IG Live late one Friday night. Sporting a no-makeup look and sipping wine, she dropped the bombshell casually, as if it wasn't about to shake the entire culture. Y'all think Kendrick the only one scared? Nah, Drake scared. Cole scared. Travis scared. They all scared. And guess what? I got files on them too. The comment section imploded instantly. Fans spammed, "Drop them files." Others screamed, "Not Drake too." And of course, to hard Cole fans leaped to his defense. Cardi lying, J. Cole too real for that. But Cardi wasn't bluffing. Minutes later, she posted a cryptic screenshot to her story, a blurry image of what looked like a confidential contract. The file name? dgram imagemanagement.pdf. The internet lost its collective mind. Drake's government name, Aubrey Drake Graham, was right there. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. Was Cardi really sitting on confidential documents about the biggest artist of the streaming era? Blogs picked it up instantly. Hot New Hip Hop ran with Cardi hints at leaks involving Drake. The Shade Room captioned their repost, "Shyly, not Champagne Poppy." Meanwhile, Academics teased on Twitch, "Man, if Cardi really got files on Drake, that's bigger than a diss track. That's career-denting stuff." But Drake wasn't alone in Cardi's line of fire. J. Cole's name entered the mix when Cardi posted another blurred document labeled Cole Contract, Sensitive Topics. She didn't show the details, but the title alone was enough to ignite fan hysteria. Cole, long considered the truth-teller of his generation alongside Kendrick, was suddenly being lumped in with the same accusations of industry silence and corporate control. And then came Travis Scott. Cardi dropped a voice memo on Twitter, ALLEGEDLY, featuring a conversation between label execs debating whether Travis should address the Astroworld tragedy more directly in his music. The voices in the clip said, "Too risky. Keep the brand clean. No negative press." Cardi captioned the post, "Scared of the truth. They all are." The fallout was catastrophic. Fans of each rapper mobilized like armies. Drake's stans claimed Cardi was just clout chasing and jealous of his dominance on the charts. Cole's loyal fanbase insisted Cardi was fabricating files to drag down the last pure lyricist. Travis's fans, still sensitive after the Astroworld disaster, accused Cardi of exploiting tragedy for clicks. But Cardi's supporters clapped back with a simple argument: receipts don't lie. If she was bluffing, why are they so quiet? The media frenzy was unstoppable. TMZ sent reporters outside Cardi's house. Complex dropped an emergency podcast episode titled Cardi B versus Everybody. What's in the files? Rolling Stone speculated that if the leaks were true, this could reshape the narrative of authenticity in hip-hop forever. Meanwhile, Cardi continued pouring gasoline on the fire. She tweeted, "Don't push me. I already showed y'all Kendrick's files. Y'all want me to drop Drizzy's. Keep talking slick." Then, in another tweet, she tagged J. Cole directly. "At Real Cole World, don't act like you perfect. You know what's in those files?" The internet gasped. Cardi wasn't just hinting anymore. She was going direct. The situation escalated even further when Offset backed her again, tweeting, "Y'all keep doubting my wife, but watch. Them files real. All of them." Suddenly, this wasn't just Cardi versus rappers. This was a family operation, with Offset fanning the flames. But then, something strange happened. A mysterious Reddit thread appeared on our hip-hop heads claiming to have exclusive leaks from Cardi's files. The post included what looked like screenshots of emails involving Drake's management discussing how to protect him from political controversy. Another screenshot showed a bullet point list under Cole's name that read, "Avoid beef. Maintain peacemaker image." Fans debated endlessly. Were these real or just internet trolls capitalizing on the chaos? Regardless of authenticity, the narrative was out. Cardi had successfully planted the idea that even Drake, Cole, and Travis rappers fans viewed as untouchable in different ways were part of the same system she accused Kendrick of hiding behind. And just like that, the fan bases turned on each other. Drake fans accused Cole fans of hypocrisy. Cole fans mocked Travis fans. Travis fans fired back at Cardi fans. The entire hip-hop community was fractured, fighting civil wars across comment sections and Twitter threads. But through all the chaos, the rappers themselves, silent, no tweets, no statements, not a single word from Drake, J. Cole, or Travis Scott. And that silence only made things worse. Fans interpreted it as fear, as guilt, as proof that Cardi was right. As part one closes, the stage is set for a massive explosion. Cardi isn't just taking shots anymore. She's aiming at the entire rap hierarchy. Kendrick was just the beginning. Now Drake, J. Cole, and Travis Scott stand in her crosshairs. And with every cryptic post and blurred screenshot, Cardi is convincing more and more fans that she really does have the files to end careers. The question isn't whether she dropped them. It's when. And once she does, can the industry survive the fallout? The morning after Cardi B's shocking claim that she had files on Drake, J. Cole, and Travis Scott, the internet was in full meltdown. Fans were demanding proof. Critics were calling her bluff. And the rap industry was holding its breath. Cardi didn't wait long. She went live again. This time with the kind of swagger that let everyone know she was about to drop bombs. "Y'all wanted receipts. Well, let's start with Champagne Papi," she said, grinning at the camera. Within seconds, she flipped her phone screen and showed what looked like an email exchange between Drake's management and a corporate sponsor. The subject line: political neutrality strategy. The leaked email suggested Drake had turned down involvement in a high-profile charity event because organizers wanted him to take a stand on a controversial social issue. The message allegedly read, "Drake cannot risk alienating markets by appearing partisan. Maintain neutral public image." The internet erupted. Was Drake's carefully curated Loverboy image really just corporate strategy? Fans flooded Twitter with memes. Side-by-side comparisons of Drake's lyrics about keeping it real next to Cardi's leaked emails. The hashtag Drake exposed shot straight to #1 worldwide. Shot straight to #1 worldwide. Cardi leaned in, smirking. "Y'all think he's just out here singing and rapping from the heart? Nah, he's playing chess. That's why he don't ever stand for nothing." And the labels love it. Drake's fanbase, one of the most loyal and massive in hip-hop, went to war. Some called Cardi a liar, insisting the emails were fake. Others admitted uneasily that it sounded exactly like something Drake's team would do. One viral tweet read, "Cardi's wild, but is she wrong? When's Drake ever risked his bag for the truth?" But Cardi wasn't done. She shifted targets mid-live stream. And don't think Cole's safe either, she snapped. Seconds later, she pulled up another blurred screenshot. A document allegedly titled Cole Media Risk Profile. According to Cardi, it outlined how J. Cole's peacemaker image was carefully protected by avoiding direct beefs. The snippet Cardi revealed included a line that read, "Position Cole as the conscience of rap. Avoid direct conflicts to maintain brand stability." Fans of J. Cole, who prided themselves on his authenticity, were stunned. Twitter threads blew up, debating whether this was possible. Could Cole, the rapper who built his brand on being a thoughtful outsider, really be just another carefully managed product? Cardi twisted the knife. He ain't beefing with nobody because they don't let him. He ain't Gandhi. He got handlers too. That line lit up the internet like fireworks. TikTok edits appeared within minutes. Cardi's clip spliced with footage of Cole rapping "Love Yours," captioned, "Love your brand contracts." And then, the biggest shock of all, Travis Scott. Cardi dropped a voice note during the live stream, a muffled, distorted clip of executives allegedly discussing Travis's public image after Astroworld. The voice in the clip said, he cannot acknowledge direct blame in music. Keep focus on moving forward. Liability too great. The crowd in her live stream gasped audibly in the comments. Fans spammed, "She went there. Not Travis too, oh my God," within hours. Headlines flooded in. Cardi B claims Drake, J. Cole, Travis Scott all have industry handlers. TMZ is hip-hop's authenticity just a brand strategy. Rolling Stone, Cardi versus the Big Three. Rap world in shock, complex, but then the twist. Anonymous insiders began leaking back at Cardi. A mysterious account popped up on Twitter posting, "It's funny how Cardi got these files, but nobody asking how she got them. You think the industry don't have files on her?" The post quickly went viral, with fans speculating Cardi might have opened a Pandora's box she couldn't close. To make matters worse, whispers began circulating that lawyers for Drake and Travis were exploring legal options. One insider told XXL, if Cardi is exposing confidential contracts, this could turn into lawsuits real quick. Cardi's response, pure defiance. She tweeted, "Sue me then. Ain't nothing scarier than the truth." That one tweet got over 1.2 million likes in 24 hours, with fans declaring her the fearless queen of hip-hop. But behind the scenes, things were getting darker. Offset posted, then quickly deleted a cryptic message. "They trying to shut us up." Fans screenshotted it instantly, speculating that Cardi and Offset were facing major pressure from powerful industry forces. Meanwhile, Kendrick's silence during the storm was now being mirrored by Drake, Cole, and Travis. None of them said a word. No tweets, no Instagram posts, nothing. Their silence, combined with Cardi's non-stop barrage, made them all look cornered. And that's when Cardi dropped her most cryptic line yet. On her Instagram story, she wrote, "This ain't about music no more. This about the truth they never wanted y'all to see. Drake, Cole, Travis, you next. Don't test me." As part 2 closes, the entire industry is on edge. Cardi's leaks have already rattled the foundations of 3 of the biggest rappers alive. But fans are left with one terrifying question. If she really has more, what could possibly be worse than this? The twist isn't just that Cardi is exposing files. The twist is that she's daring the most powerful rappers alive to respond. And so far, none of them have. The chessboard is set. Cardi's playing queen, and the kings. Silent. By now, the rap world wasn't just watching Cardi B, it was living inside her drama. What had started as a war with Kendrick Lamar had now ballooned into something no one could have predicted. A direct assault on the industry's most powerful figures. Drake, J. Cole, and Travis Scott, all names once considered untouchable, were suddenly under Cardi's microscope. And in part 3 of this unfolding saga, Cardi decided to stop teasing and start showing. It began with a midnight tweet. Cardi posted a photo of a USB drive sitting on her kitchen counter. The caption, "Tonight, y'all ready?" That single post racked up nearly 2 million likes in under an hour. Fans flooded the comments, screaming for her to plug it in. Twitter Spaces exploded with debates about what might be on that USB. Was it contracts? Voice notes? Videos? Nobody knew, but everybody knew something was coming. At 2 a.m., Cardi went live again. This time, she didn't waste time with build-up. She plugged in the USB and opened a folder labeled Drake 2019. Sponsorship strategy. What she showed next sent shockwaves across the internet. A PDF filled with talking points for Drake's team, allegedly outlining how he should avoid controversial lyrics, political stances, and certain collaborations. One bullet point read, absolutely no lyrical references to ongoing global conflicts. Maintain apolitical stance for maximum international appeal. Another line said, decline features with artists deemed too polarizing, list redacted. The fans lost it. Clips spread instantly. Side-by-sides of Drake rapping God's plan contrasted with Cardi's exposed files. The hashtag Drake controlled went viral, with fans tweeting, he ain't the sixth God. He the brand God. But Cardi wasn't finished. She clicked into another folder labeled Cole Media Risk. The document she flashed across the screen allegedly showed a strategy memo from 2018. The headline, Maintain Cole as conscience figure. The memo suggested Cole avoid responding to diss tracks or engaging in open beef to preserve his voice of reason image. A line read, avoid association with aggressive conflict. Peacemaker positioning key for longevity. Fans of J. Cole, known for defending his authenticity at all costs, were devastated. Twitter threads filled with heartbroken comments. Don't tell me Cole's been scripted this whole time. TikTok edits spread like wildfire. Captioned, when your fave preacher rapper has a script too. Cardi twisted the knife deeper. Looking into the camera, she said, y'all think he don't beef 'cause he's spiritual? Nah, he don't beef 'cause his label told him not to. Big difference. But then came the most shocking reveal of the night. Travis Scott Cardi opened a folder labeled Travis Astro World Damage Control. What she displayed was allegedly an internal crisis management plan. The most damning line. Artists must not admit liability in lyrical content. Focus on positive themes of resilience, energy, and moving forward. Legal risk too high for direct references. The internet erupted. Fans of Travis were outraged, devastated, and conflicted all at once. Some accused Cardi of exploiting tragedy, while others declared this was proof the industry had protected Travis from accountability. Hashtags like hashtag ASTROWORLD files and hashtag Travis Exposed flooded Twitter. Within minutes, celebrities began chiming in. Funk Flex went on Hot 97 and ranted, this ain't just gossip no more. If what she's showing is real, the whole game fake. Y'all, idols been puppets? Meanwhile, 50 Cent added more gasoline with an Instagram post. LOL, y'all shocked? I've been telling y'all, Cardi making M sweat. But the biggest twist came when an anonymous hacker group known as Ghost Note joined the chaos. They posted a statement online. Cardi opened the door. We got files too. This is bigger than rap. Attached was a blurred screenshot of what looked like an industry-wide image protection matrix, with multiple rappers' names listed. Fans couldn't tell if it was real or fake, but the effect was nuclear dot suddenly. This wasn't just about Drake, J. Cole, and Travis anymore. The narrative had shifted. Fans began asking, are ALL rappers manufactured? Reddit threads lit up with conspiracy theories. TikTok edits framed Cardi as the whistleblower of hip-hop. Twitter debates raged day and night. Some fans crowned Cardi a hero, while others accused her of burning the culture down for clout. And then the silence broke. Not from Drake, not from Cole, not even from Travis, but from Kanye West, out of nowhere, that posted a 5-minute rant video on Instagram. Cardi ain't lying. I've been telling y'all the industry scripts everything. They scripted me. They scripted Kendrick. They scripted Drake. The whole thing fake. Y'all mad 'cause she's showing proof? The internet collapsed. Kanye's cosign gave Cardi's claims more weight than ever. Meanwhile, the rapper's Cardi named still hadn't said a word. Drake posted a random IG story of himself in the gym, completely ignoring the chaos. Cole was off social media entirely. Travis, silent. Their refusal to address the files only fueled Cardi supporters as Part 3 closes. The rap world is hanging in suspense. Cardi has leaked documents that shake Drake's lover boy persona, Cole's truth-teller image, and Travis's attempts at redemption. Hacker groups are now hinting at even more leaks, and celebrities like Kanye are fanning the flames. The cliffhanger is brutal. If Cardi has dropped this much already, what could possibly be left on that USB? And how long can Drake, J. Cole, and Travis stay silent before their careers crack under the weight of Cardi's revelations? By the time Cardi B's leaks on Drake, J. Cole and Travis Scott had been digested. The hip-hop world wasn't just buzzing, it was in total freefall. What Cardi framed as a truth-telling mission had turned into the single biggest crisis of authenticity rap had ever seen. Fan bases were at war, blogs were running 24/7's coverage. And now the industry itself was forced to react. The first domino fell with Drake's camp. Instead of Drake speaking directly, OVO insiders allegedly reached out to media outlets, warning them not to publish unverified files. TMZ reported sources close to Drake deny Cardi B's claims, but admit they're monitoring the situation carefully. Fans interpreted that as damage control, not denial. Twitter exploded with memes, a cartoon Drake hiding behind stacks of cash, captioned, "Political neutrality strategy." But what stunned fans most was that Drake himself stayed silent. He posted a cryptic Instagram story, just a photo of himself courtside at a basketball game, sipping wine with no caption. To his haters, it looked like arrogance. To his fans, it looked like fear. J. Cole's reaction, or lack thereof, set off its own chain reaction. For days, Cole's account stayed dark. Then, out of nowhere, Dreamville's official page posted a black square with the words, "The truth will always speak for itself." No explanation, no context. Fans debated endlessly. Was this a denial, a confirmation, or just another attempt at Cole's usual cryptic poetry? Cardi immediately clapped back. "Truth don't speak if you muzzled it." Baby, that one-liner had Twitter howling. Meanwhile, Travis Scott's world was in chaos. Cardi's alleged leak about Astroworld damage control reignited pain fans thought had quieted. Hashtags like #justice for ASTROWORLD trended again, with victims' families speaking out in interviews. One lawyer representing Astroworld families told Variety, "If what Cardi B showed is real, it proves the industry deliberately prioritized profit over accountability." Travis's team scrambled, releasing a statement calling Cardi's files false, doctored, and deeply insensitive. But it was too late. The clip had already gone viral. What made things worse? Celebrities began picking sides. 50 Cent doubled down with another Instagram post. "I told y'all, the game is rigged." Cardi ain't scared to show receipts. That's why they shook. Nicki Minaj, still in her long-running feud with Cardi, posted a shady tweet. "Funny how some PPL screaming truth only when it benefits them." Fans instantly took it as Nicki subtly siding with Drake and Cole. Meek Mill tweeted, "Whole industry fake. Cardi just showing y'all what's been real." The fan reaction was nuclear. Twitter threads raged all night. Reddit lit up with conspiracy theories. And TikTok edits portrayed Cardi as a modern-day gladiator taking on Rome. Her supporters crowned her the people's rapper, while haters branded her the destroyer of hip-hop. Then came the most shocking twist. Yet Cardi posted another IG story this time. Not blurred, not cryptic. A clear video recording of a Zoom call. On the screen, 3 men in suits were discussing a tiered protection plan for artists. One of the names visible in the PDF shared on screen? Aubrey Graham, another. Jermaine Cole, the third. Jacques Webster to Travis Scott. The audio in the video clip was fuzzy. But one voice clearly said, "If these artists maintain clean brands, they stay profitable. Limit risks. Avoid controversy." The world stopped. Fans went into overdrive. Could Cardi really have obtained confidential label meetings? If true, this was more than just gossip. It was proof that rap's most celebrated stars were being handled like corporate assets. Some fans celebrated Cardi for her bravery. Others worried she had crossed a line that could cost her everything. And then something even darker began surfacing. Anonymous accounts claimed Cardi herself was being watched. A viral post read, "Don't be surprised if Cardi suddenly gets blacklisted. She's stepping on powerful toes." Cardi responded with a chilling tweet, "Blacklist me if you want. I already made history. Y'all can't erase the truth." The media firestorm was unstoppable. Rolling Stone ran the headline, "Is hip-hop manufactured?" Cardi B's files raise industry-altering questions. The New York Times wrote, "From artist to whistleblower, Cardi B versus the machine." Even CNN covered the drama, framing it as a cultural moment redefining authenticity in music. Meanwhile, hackers from Ghost Note struck again, claiming we got more than Cardi. The files go deeper. The whole game is scripted. Screenshots they released showed alleged brand guidelines for other major rappers, though blurred enough to keep fans guessing by this point. Pressure on Drake, J. Cole, and Travis was unbearable. Fans flooded their socials with demands. Respond to Cardi. Concert crowds chanted Cardi's name during Cole's sets. Paparazzi ambushed Drake outside a Toronto restaurant, shouting, "What's in the files?" He just smirked and walked away, which only fueled the speculation. Cardi, sensing blood in the water, taunted all three rappers in a fiery tweet storm. Drake hiding behind basketball courts and wine glasses. "Where are your words at, Poppy?" Cole, the conscience of rap, but can't even speak for himself. Silent truth, hum? Travis worried about lawsuits, but not the people. Y'all see it clear now? Fans ate it up. Her posts racked up millions of likes, and for the first time, even neutral fans admitted Cardi was controlling the entire narrative. But just when it seemed like Cardi had completely won, a rumor began circulating. A journalist at XXL hinted, hearing whispers that Drake is in the studio right now, and it's not for an album, it's for Cardi. The cliffhanger was set. Cardi had put her life, her career, and her reputation on the line to expose the so-called truth. The industry was fractured. The fans divided, and three of the biggest rappers alive had been dragged into the fire. But silence could only last so long. If Drake really was preparing a diss, then the next chapter wasn't just going to be dramatic. It was going to be explosive as Part 4 ends. One thing is certain. The files have changed hip-hop forever. And now, the world is waiting to see if Drake, J. Cole, or Travis Scott will finally break their silence, or if Cardi B has already ended their carefully crafted images for good. And there you have it. The rap game turned upside down. Cardi B isn't just beefing with Kendrick anymore. She's calling out Drake, Cole, and Travis Scott, daring the entire industry to face the truth. The so-called files she's dropping have sparked chaos, divided fan bases, and left some of the biggest names in hip-hop silent when fans are begging for answers. But here's the real question. Will Drake fire back with a diss track powerful enough to shut this down? Will J. Cole finally break his silence? Or will Travis Scott risk everything to clear his name? One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. If you're locked in, smash that like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because the next chapter could drop any second, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. #CARDIB, #Drake, #Drake, #Travis Scott, #Travis Scott, #HipHopDrama, @IamCardib, @Drake, @JCONC, @TRV is XX, @TRV is XX.